Hi everyone, so in today's video I want to try out this Autoship. I think it's the last of the Halloween Pets Autoship, if you remember that from Diamond Press. I believe this is the last bit, and it came in a month or two ago, maybe a month ago. I just haven't had a chance to play with it. So I want to try this out today, and it having been an Autoship means it may not be available yet. I know they did have some overstock on some of these other pet Autoships, so if it's there, I'll try and link it for you guys down in here, maybe embedded in the video. It would go to HSN, and that would be an affiliate link, which means I'll make a small commission for your purchase items to those links, so thanks for using it if you would like. But today I'm just going to get to it, and then, you know, the other day I had reviewed the Autumn watercolor set, and I thought, oh, well, that might be nice because I think it'll work out for today's video too. And again, this is like the Autumn set, and honestly, I was gonna say, do I have paperwork? Yes. It's called Thank Mew, so again, fall, thankful, those kinds of things. And I probably already showed this in whenever I did the haul video, so I think what I'm gonna do, because I was thought I can put this guy on top of the leaves on top of the barrel, but I think they're meant to be this guy or this guy. I think what I'm going to do is a pile of leaves so I can watercolor them pretty, and then probably the doggy. I don't know. We have the other ones. Funny enough, I was just looking at this and I'm like, this is stamped, but I don't know if I was trying something out or what, because you see how this guy, he has a little bit of leftover ink on there. I'm like, I know I didn't use it, so maybe I did. I don't remember that. Anyway, let's get started. So I'm going to make my card base, I think, from this craft card. And I have even some of the white cardstock, the watercolor cardstock that came in that other fall Autoship. And so anyway, I'm going to cut this at 5.5 inches. And I think this paper is 8.5. I don't think it's funny. Actually, funny enough, this is paper from Hobby Lobby and it's a little bit off. So the Hobby Lobby paper recently that I've been picking up, or the last time I went, I mean, it was probably a year ago, but I've been using it, is in the width, it's like 8 and I don't even know if it's supposed to be 8 1/4, or I'm sorry, 8.5. It's like 8 3/8. It's missing a chunk. And the Michaels paper is an 1/8 of an inch all around too big. So rather have an 1/8 of an inch all around too big than too little. So this one I should have cut in the other direction, to be honest. But if I score at 4 1/4, you'll see what I mean. It's going to be missing a chunk. And I hadn't noticed that about this paper because I guess I don't use it that often. Or usually this paper I use for like matte layers and things. So there you go. It's missing an 1/8 of an inch. So I'll leave that on the back, but just know that. So if you go to score it and you're like, why are these always crooked? Or if, let's say, you even it out, when you go to do your matte layer is going to be off because you're trying to matte layer for, 5.5 by 4 1/4. So, or just keep in mind whatever that number is and matte layer for that. And I'm going to do a black matte layer because, like, why not? And then on top of that, the watercolor. So this piece of cardstock, I'm going to go, unfortunately, I can't get the 5 3/8 off this side. So I'm going to go 4 1/8. By 5 3/8. And this piece I'm going to go ahead and cut it down right now too. So I mean, I have those really tight matte layers. And I'm going to use my other little cutting tool. Let's do 4. Let me see, hold on. How big is this? Oh yeah, it's 5. So okay, I got to go 4 in this direction. And make sure that's nice and straight. Oopsie. By 5 1/4. And I hope that that's still big enough to hold what I want to do for these little guys. What I mean by that is I'm going to do, I think, some masking. So that's all one piece. So we have our little leaves. And then our little pup over here. And you have some extra leaves that are just like singular like this. That's really cute if you want to just kind of add some here and there. Oh yeah, that'll be fine. So if he's there and this is here. Okay. So I am going to use a stamp positioner because I want to make sure it stamps really well. It is watercolor paper and it does have texture. Usually watercolor papers, that you might find some that are more fine, but on the back, what I mean is like cold press, like, what do they call it? went smooth. So this side is much smoother than this side. But I'm going to go ahead and let it look like watercolor paper. So I really want the texture side up. And I'm going to stamp this. Maybe there. Okay. You guys might hear in the background. I have the British baking show, Break Off, whatever it's called. I've never watched it. I just leave it on in the background. I just started doing that a couple days ago. And I have no idea what they're doing. I don't see Mary Berry. I don't know if she's not on these seasons. I just chose one and started, and I still don't understand the show. Like, I don't know what's going on. Like, do they ever send anybody off? I have no idea. Anyway, on this one they're making stroopwafel, and I'm like, how would you even, like, yeah, that's crazy. Okay, that was very good anyway. So, what I'm going to do to make this guy with the mask is I can definitely stamp it and then cut. But we do have this. So I think what I'm going to do is really quickly, let me put this aside, run this through, and I actually just need this top part. What am I doing? Oh yeah, I'm just going to use the die. I'm not going to do the stamp and die. So I just need this top part to help me. So it's going to be a little bit off because obviously this is going to leave like a little bit around these leaves, but I think I'm going to try just to do my best where that might be at. Where is a cutting folder? Oh, you know what? This kit came with a cutting folder, but you know, when I take things apart or put things away, I keep the cutting folders like separate. And there's one right here, but this is for a different kit. So I'll use this one even though it's a slimline. I don't need slimline right now. And hopefully this works, because this is just an idea. I thought this might work without having to make a mask myself. But if it doesn't, you just stamp your image and then fussy cut around it, right? So you can get something that helps you do this. So, ooh, yeah, that's awesome, because the line, look at that. I mean, yeah, I mean, that's right on there. Okay, perfect. So normally I don't tape this, but I am going to put a little bit of tape. Ooh, the smallest amount. I don't want to tear my watercolor paper. Watercolor paper sometimes is very delicate, and you can end up tearing it. I mean, if you really want, you can get right underneath there so you know that those lines will match up. Just lightly put that on there. And then this little guy, I'm going to put him like in here. I know that means his little... Actually, maybe I should have stamped him first, huh? Okay, so there's a couple ways to do this. So I have the bush, like the pile of leaves, and then this guy's going to be looking like he's coming out behind it. But if you want to put him first and then stamp it. So if you want to stamp him first and then the pile of leaves, you know, mask him off, and you do have a die for him. So the little paws are up in front, and then you can do that. But I think what I'm going to have to do is just go like this, since that's what I did. Didn't think too much of it. Okay. And I am using Versafine ink because I'm going to use water-based, you know, watercolors on it, and it won't smear. So any archival ink. And this does have a little line on it, which is interesting. But anyhow, let's put that down. I'm really going to push around here because a lot of times this little jump from where it goes, that mask to the paper, it leaves a gap sometimes. So you just really want to push down around there. I think that looks pretty good. Look at that. And he's just behind there. Okay. I'm going to wash up and let that dry, and I'll be right back. Okay, guys. So let's get this going. And I brought out the original one too, so I can use some of those things. I mean, if you want to spray this with water and do wet on wet, I generally start off with dry paper just to control it a little bit better. Let me see how much water I still have in here. Yeah, I'm going to have to go put some more water in this, so I'll do that. And you guys know sometimes these are counterintuitive. Like, I would think to unscrew it this way, but you're unscrewing it this way. I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm just going to use this little guy and let it, you know, help me out. So maybe this light brown. Start with that. And go in probably in the very center of my little leaves, and then just kind of bring it out. Depends on how much. You can definitely layer things up. Like after that dries, come in and put more color down. Whatever it is that you like to do. So I have that guy. Maybe, you know, if you really want to pay that much attention, color the leaves that are all the same. style of leaf, the same colors, but I'm not going to do that. But I am going to go through and color a few with this, and then leaving some white. That's just a style choice, and I think that looks nice. Maybe I'll, bring this guy over here. And they're in different intensities and all that. Right? So maybe that's good for right now. Let's just leave that. And then maybe this yellow ochre. Bring in some other leaves. Maybe we bring in some reddish colors too, which is very pretty, very Vermont. That maroon, So I'm just going to kind of go in here and just have some fun. That one's a little bit more color than I would like, so let me take some off. There you go. Maybe I'll tuck another one like in here. Take some of that color off. Okay. That maroon is very pretty, so let's see. Maybe back in here. Yeah, and I'm doing each one a specific color, but I know some leaves, they get all kinds of colors on them, so if you want to do that. That is like a maple leaf. I don't know if they get red. So if you want to pay attention to that kind of thing, go for it. But, okay, so I'm just going to do that and just mix in matching colors. Maybe I'll put some green in here, I don't know. And I'll be back. Okay, so, I have some green, actually we have the olive green. You know what, I'll do that. I'm sorry, I was going to make my own green. So basically I was going to get some green and then just add a little brown to it to make it a little more fall. But we do have this olive, so I'll just use that. And again, I have just a couple leaves left to color in here, I think. And then our little doggy, which I haven't given much thought to, but I was thinking about making him like brown just so it's more fall. So let's see how well I can do this. Okay, get a little water going. And just start in the top of his little head, right? Because that I think would be the darkest area. Just kind of come in here. And without getting more color, I'm just going to pull that color down. These little areas, maybe they're like a creamy color. I don't know. So I'm just going to leave that alone for right now. Just kind of go around here. And just kind of let it finish off. It looks like he's getting some light coming in from over here. That's cute. Okay, some more brown. His little paws. Maybe a little darker back in there. I probably colored a little more than I would like there. But you can always lift the color off too if you're not happy. You can just use either some clean water and just pick it up, or dab it with a paper towel. So just kind of take some of that away. So this is that area that was just kind of blank. I'm just going to make it look like maybe that's his little body also down in here. So I'm just using the very tip of this to kind of get some definition. Bring that down just in here. Not the biggest deal. Okay, so little eyebrows. Maybe, like I said, maybe they're a beigey color. I don't think I have anything that's very light. But maybe in the original set, we can do... I know these others are shimmery. I don't really want shimmer. Maybe burnt umber. But just very little of it. So, like, really get that good amount of water in there. And just kind of come in here. Just make it a little more brown, and then his little muzzle too. So it's not white, but it's just like a lighter brown color. I think that's good. Let me see if I can get this reactivated. I see that there's a big weird area there. Okay. And again, it's very playful. I mean, my watercoloring is super basic here. And then maybe some brown that's also kind of watered down. Take that and just kind of bring it down in here. Right? Just a little something. I think we did that with our other card too. Just wherever and however much or little you want to put there. And if you want to bring in like some sky, you can definitely do that. I don't really know what color. Let's see. The Viridian, the indigo blue in here is really, really bright. It's beautiful, but I think it's very, very bright. Let me think. Should we do it? Okay, maybe we do it, but again, with tons of water. See, I just let a lot of water get on there. That way I can kind of come in here. Beautiful, crisp, clear fall day is what it looks like. I mean, just the smallest amount. There's something on there. Okay, so maybe you can see it, maybe you can't, but it's just like the lightest blue. And you can definitely leave those colors on, they dry up, something like that, or you can just kind of clean it up. Okay, I'm gonna let that dry, and in the meantime, I'm also gonna run through the word grateful that comes in the kit through maybe some gold paper, and I'll be right back. Okay guys, I said I would glue this down, but I did not yet, so we just kind of moved on. So this guy I did hit with a heat tool, dried up a little bit. So we're gonna have this black background, which, you know, it's something. I should just use like a dark brown probably, but that's it. There we go. And then I'm going to go ahead and add this on top, and then I'm going to put some weight on top of it, even though I could wrap it up, but I already know if I stick this down right now, it's going to curl back up. So plenty of glue. Come on. And then for a couple of reasons. So this thing, you know, whenever you hit it with the heat tool, or even just watercoloring, it does get a little funny. And then the craft cardstock is really like pulpy craft foil, and it just bends, so you see that even the black layer wants to come up. So I'm going to put that there, make sure it's holding where I want it. It's a little bit crooked, but you know how to cut it by eye. And then put some weight on top, and I'll come back in a little bit, but this is the word grateful that was in the thank you kit there, and I'm just gonna stick that on. I could probably do it now too, so everything has the weight on it, but that's okay. I'll be back. All right, let's see what we have here. And that is very cute. I love the little blue sky. It came out really sweet. And I was just gonna glue this like here. I mean, it could be up here, just kind of out of the way. You know, I like things all up in the mix. Okay, we'll put it up here. I will say, guys, oh my gosh, I totally lost track of days and time and everything, and focusing on the Spellbinders like club kits. I'm not going to show that, but I am going to show this because they already made a video, and I was like, oh, are these available? And I didn't know what was happening. No, it's not available, but they kind of put out the video ahead of time. If you ever had or want to pick up now the slippers from, it was like a slippers large club kit, I think, from October 2024. These are more little slippers that you can make for that same club kit, just add-ons basically, so it doesn't have the legs and things. So I do have it. I will have a video for you guys. I don't know when I'm going to put the video out. So the items will be available on the 1st for club members, you know, the early access, and then everyone else on the 6th, which is probably late on the 5th. So I don't know when I'm going to put the video out. I might put it out like on the 3rd, which means a couple days that members, you know, won't have that video, but you can see what it's all about, and it's very, very cute. So it has like the little monster, a shark, a frog, a little cow, and a unicorn. So the cow and unicorn are going to be the same pieces that you use, just have different ears and obviously accessories. But super cute. I just was completely thrown off by that, so I really don't know when I want to put that video out though. And then I have my club kits here, which are all this is how I have them. Put them away. Yes, very nice. And this is the original set here. I can see that already, the large kit. So I will have a video on that. I just wanted to show that to you guys because I was like, ooh. And they jumped the gun a little bit, and I don't know if they meant to do that or not, because again, it's not available on the US or the UK site, but they will be available for members basically tomorrow. And then that's the other thing. So on the 1st at midnight, which is tonight, Halloween night, I launched my club kits video. So I just don't know when to put that video out, but it's very cute. And as soon as I can have the links, maybe, you know, I'll have them there. But either way, I always have a generic Spellbinders link, and whatever you pick up while you're there is still like an affiliate relationship, which is nice that they do that. Okay, I'm not going to hold that down, especially because it's all gold and whatever, so I'm going to put something on top of this for a few minutes, and I'll be back. Oh, ooh. The light did some fun stuff there. All right. And that is my card for today, guys. Very sweet. Let's get that lighting. Okay. I just love the little look of the little fellow there, and everything came out really well, I think. So thanks for watching, guys. Just an idea. Hope if you have your kits, you're using them. That's what we pick them up for, isn't it? All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Hope you're having a great day. I'll have some images coming up, and, you know, whatever might be available from the Halloween Pets auto ship. But this is the last iteration of this auto ship, so that is that. All right, guys, I'll see you at the next one. Bye now.